So you want the answer to the age-old question? What makes the perfect profile picture? My logo or my beautiful face? The answer is your face. But not just any picture of your face. We need to jazz that sucker up. Let's get to it. Disclaimer, your face is beautiful as it is. I'm just saying we got to add a little bit of graphical, artistic coolness to it. Let's just finish making it. Does your stream need healing? You've come to the right place. My name is Dr. Heals, and I am your content cleric. Over here, we make really cool stuff on a budget using cheap, mostly free tools like Canva. Now, these videos are made possible by our awesome sponsors over at Own.pro. Today's video is sponsored by Own.pro, the subscription service from the legends at Own.tv. For just $12.99 or less a month, you get unlimited access to over 400 premium overlays and alerts. After a quick install of the Own.pro software, you'll be able to change the entire look of your stream with the click of a button. Use my affiliate link down below to support the channel and check out all that Own.pro has to offer. Alright guys, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We make videos just like this every single week to help you build a bomb brand on a budget. Also, if you're not already, follow me over on Twitch. I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'd love for you guys to come hang out with me sometime. With that said, if you haven't already, go and open up canva.com. If you don't have an account, create one. Once you've done that, we're gonna hit create a design. We're gonna hit Instagram post because we want it to be a perfect square. Square is usually the accepted format on pretty much all social medias. Some of them will round it, some will keep it square with a little bit of roundness going on. Either way, we want it a perfect square. And there we go, we have a square. Now you're gonna need a picture of yourself. If you don't have one, take your phone, take your webcam, do whatever you want. I have a particular picture that I use as my profile picture everywhere. That's what I'm gonna be using here today. But either way, take some selfies, pop your webcam, get your stream set up how you would normally have it, and put that in here, okay? Then you're gonna go to uploads and you'll just drag that photo in here, and they're already giving away a little bit of what we're gonna be doing today. But this is the image that we're gonna use. This one right here. Now, little tip, there's probably a way around this, but I don't know what it is. You cannot size this out to the full size or it sets it as the background. And then I have no control over it. See that? I don't want that. I need control, so I'm gonna detach it. And then I'm gonna hold down Alt and I'm gonna drag it out almost to the edge, but I'm gonna leave that little edge there so that it doesn't make it as the background. Okay, now I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click Effects. I'm gonna click Background Remover. Now I believe Background Remover is limited to Pro accounts. So if you don't already have a Pro account, you're truly missing out. But you can sign up for a free, I think it's a 7-day free trial down in the description below. Make this picture, do any of the other tutorials I have in that 7 days and cancel it and you're out, you're good. But if you decide you're gonna use Canva a lot, hey, it helps me out if you do. All right, with that said, go ahead and click Background Remover. Let it do its thing. Here's a little trick, a little hack for you guys. I never cut myself out of for my thumbnails. I always bring my pictures in to Canva and I let the background remover do its thing. It's that good. I make my thumbnails in Photoshop, but I'd let Canva do the cutout. All right, click apply, or if it didn't do a good job, you could use the little brushes. Sorry, I should have showed that. You can use little brushes to do your fine adjustments, but pretty much that's it. Now, I'm gonna start off with something pretty simple. We have ourselves already cut out, and I'm sorry for the noise in the background. My cats are going nuts. We have ourselves cut out, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make something kind of cool behind us. Now there's a few different things we can do. One thing I wanna do is I just wanna do a gradient. And you can already see we have some really, really neat shapes going on. Now I wanna start with maybe this one. For the record, I didn't say in the beginning, I intended to, but we're gonna do 7 different profile picture designs today, okay? So I'm gonna bring that one all the way to the top. I'm gonna Alt and drag and bring one down just like this. And this one, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger, something like this. Leave a little gap, do something sort of like that. Grab both of these, position backwards, and there we go. They're kind of behind us. That is a pretty cool looking profile picture already. It adds a little bit of separation. We can always click on myself here. Before I do that, I'm gonna duplicate. But I can click on myself. I can go over here to Effects. And within Effects, I can go here to Shadows, something like this. And I can add a little bit of a drop shadow, right? Maybe that one isn't, quite how I want it. I don't want it that offset. I'll bring it in just a little bit. something like that. Maybe we'll bring the transparency down, blur up just a little. Something just to barely separate me from that background. Starts to look pretty good. Now, whenever I have it how I'd like it, you see it just moved it to the background. Silly thing. We're gonna go back one step, and there we go. There, we now have myself as full screen without me being the background. So if you drag yourself out and you make yourself the background, you can then go back one step and it's set. So right there, we have a pretty good, I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. We have a pretty good looking profile picture right there. Okay, go down, number 2. I'm just gonna delete these that I don't need any longer. And I'm gonna do another one of these gradient shapes. This one's actually pretty cool. I didn't see this when I originally made this. I guess we could do one pretty similar to that one that we just did, right? Something like this. Looks pretty good, right? And then you can change this up to match your colors. Mine's always this purple, and sort of this blue is pretty close. Bring it here. I want the little dots on that side. Send it to the back. Yeah, something like that looks pretty good, right? All right, anyway, delete that. Let's go with one of these other shapes. I kind of like this one. It looks kind of neat with the lines and stuff in it too, and we have the little plus marks, which are all about Dr. Hill's branding, right? So throw my colors in here like that, right? We're gonna send that to the back. Now we can't really see those marks, so let's see if we can click that background right there and make it a nice black or something of that nature, right? There we go, coming out looking pretty good. Now again, I'm gonna bring myself full screen, and it sent me backwards. I'm gonna press back, and there we go. We have another, pretty decent looking profile picture, right? Okay, so the next idea I had is I wanted to do that Spotify Duotone ad, that kind of style, if you remember that one. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this image. I'm gonna need it in just a second to still those colors. I'm gonna duplicate. I'm going to drag myself back down so it's not trying to fill me in the full screen again. Delete this. What I'm gonna do is I'm now gonna Control V and paste that image into here, and down here is fine because I want to make that background. Why is it not showing up? All right, I'm gonna I want my 2 colors, so let's just create 2 squares. I'll Alt drag just to create 2 different squares. Click this one, and that's weird. Why is this photo not coming up? All right, let's try to save this image and upload it and see if that seems to make a difference. And upload. Oh, okay, well, I have it right here. So let's just pop it in here like this. And it should pop up just like this one where it says photo colors. Let me try to refresh. Yeah, there it is. Now we have it under photo colors. So now I can still these 2 colors just like that. Those are the colors we want. That's gonna be important. First thing we're gonna do is we're actually going to make this this color right here to give it that nice background. And now we've got to do this duotone look on ourselves. Fortunately, Canva has that feature kind of built in right here under duotone. I'm gonna click see all, and I'm gonna click the one that looks similar. Doesn't really matter because we're gonna adjust it. So for our highlights, we're gonna want that green. And for our shadows, we're gonna want that blue. Now I will say, that blue is not quite dark enough for me, and so I brought it over, and you can kind of just look at the image and get it close. Something like that, looks pretty good. And so I'm gonna apply that. And next things, I'm gonna go and delete these out. We no longer need those, but you see these kind of blobs that's coming in? You got it, we're gonna create those. So let's just type in blob. I wanna make sure there's a couple in here that can change colors. This is one, so we'll make it white, right? Something like this. Something like that looks pretty good. This is kind of coming over onto his head, but that doesn't really matter too much. I'm gonna go back to elements. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna make my image a little bit larger in just a moment. Something like this one maybe, yeah. There we go. Okay, now let's delete this one. I'm gonna make myself larger, like that. And again, this is the tricky part, right? And there we go, press back. There we go. We kind of have it how we want, kind of have that Spotify duotone look going on. That's a pretty simple one. Next one is gonna be Will Smith's profile picture, which is actually where the idea of this video came from. Another channel that I watch made a Will Smith profile picture. I'll have that video linked down below because that really did help. So I'm just gonna copy this image. If you've ever seen Will Smith's profile picture, it's pretty popular. So we're gonna go ahead and recreate it, in Canva. So I'm gonna paste it in here just like this. And again, I'm really just doing that because I want that color. That's not showing up for some reason. But let me grab my face real quick. Control C, bring it down to this one. Control V, right? Okay, and I'm gonna detach from the background and come as large as I can without going into the background. There we go. Backwards. All right. I should leave myself a little more room so I can click back there. Okay, there's that yellow color that I want. Now, next thing we're gonna notice is Will Smith's image is black and white, which is easy peasy. We're gonna click Effects. We're gonna Photogenic. Go all the way down here, and there are some mono. And you can just kind of choose, click through them, figure out which one looks best, and which one you want. I personally like Slate. I think it came out looking pretty good. We can always go in and adjust the intensity and such, but I think that looks pretty good right there. We're going to apply it. And the last thing is he has this kind of stroke going around him, right? The white stroke. So we're going to be able to duplicate that one really easily by going to Shadows right here, clicking See All. We're going to click Glow. And immediately you're gonna go, Jeff, that's not what I want. So we're gonna make it a white glow. And you're like, yep, still not it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bump our transparency all the way up. We're gonna bump our size up a little bit and take your blur all the way down. And just like that, you have that same white stroke in that image. That seems to be about the right thickness. Now let's delete Will Smith out of here. Let's detach from the background. And I guess re-add that stroke because something weird happened there. There we go. That's the image. That's the profile picture. All right, so now we've done the kind of easy ones, and I want to play around with some now and just do some fun stuff. So I'm gonna bring this one all the way down here to the bottom. There we go. Now we want to do a couple themed images. We are gamers after all. All right, so my initial thought was to do some sort of like comic book image, right? So just type in comic. And find a nice background. You have your kind of stereotypical pop, which is sort of nice because you can actually change the colors in this, right? And bring in whatever your brand colors are. I'm just gonna stick with what it had there. Send that to the back, right? And you kind of have something cool going on. From here, you can go and throw some other stuff on there. Kind of play around with it. This is a cool background right here. So if you are into comics, this fits your brand at all, or you really just think this looks cool, well, there you go. You can throw these in there, then you can go get some of these like little pals or something like that. Bang. And maybe put that slightly behind. And this one is where it gets fun. This is where you get to play around, make something that you really like, that you really enjoy, that kind of fits who you are as a person. Yeah. And I mean, really you are at that point where you can just play to your heart's content. I think that actually looks really cool. You'd have to toy around with it and move, this POW in to where it's actually gonna get picked up in the circle. I guess maybe one way we can do this, let's test something real quick. You can maybe grab, yeah, there we go. Grab a circle line, hold down Alt, make it go all the way. Yeah, so it touches all four corners. So everything inside of the circle is what would actually show up on like Twitter or something, and so that just kind of gives you an idea of where things need to be, but we will delete that, right? And you can adjust and move it accordingly, but I think that is really, really cool. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's delete this comic book stuff. I'm gonna get rid of this one, get rid of this one. I didn't like that one as much. I like that other one that had the different stuff. All right, next let's do with I want to do like I want us to do like a horror themed, but Canva doesn't have anything that's like truly horror-ish. None of this stuff is like really scary. So this would be more of I would call this more of like Halloween-ish. You want to do a special profile picture or something celebrating Halloween. So you can type in scary. What did I type in? Maybe I typed in horror. I typed in one of these and I found this really cool moon background that I liked. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's like the third one down on scary. I just completely missed it. Okay, I like this moon a lot. And you kind of resize this up, right? Get it looking kind of cool. We're gonna go ahead and make the background. Click it, there we go. I'm gonna make this background something dark, something like that, right? I'm gonna put this moon back behind me, right? Yeah, let's size it up just even a little bit more. Like, you know, give it that feel that you got that kind of big scary moon behind you, right? We can change the color of these. I like them as like a purple. That look kind of cool. Next thing I liked is like adding some bats. I think it's like a stereotypical horror movie thing. You know, whenever you see the moon, you see bats like flying. Well, this moon already has the bats, but we'll add our own. It's cool. We're not lazy. Yeah, something like that. You know, you can kind of tilt them just a little bit where it looks like they're flying either, you know, towards you or away. You can kind of throw your own in here. Just type in, I think bat had like the single ones, and you can kind of like, you know, adjust it down, turn it around, you know, do some cool stuff with it. This is up to you. This is where you get to play around, where you get to have a lot of fun. There's just so many elements in Canva for you to play around with and make stuff. So the last one, this is gonna be number 7. Honestly, don't have a plan. I just want to see what we can come up with on the fly with a theme. This is something that I would like to do live. So if you ever guys want to see me do designs and stuff like this live, follow me on Twitch, where we do a lot of this stuff. Where we'll just come up with a theme, we'll come up with an idea, and we'll make something based on that. And so right now, brain, go. I'm thinking shooters. I'm thinking Apex. Let's see. Okay, Apex is tricky, right? Because we have some like crazy branding. Let's see. Yes, we have like these shapes. I like this red, right? Let's see about doing it on this red. We'll do, all right, let's throw it on here. All right. Yeah, there we go. It's finally seeing the red. Cool, cool, cool. All right, now we're just chilling on some red. Let's bring in some elements. Let's go with, let's just type in shooting. Okay, wait a minute. Did something like this, right? Go and do it white. Obviously put it behind you. Okay. This is an idea. We're just kind of moving in a range. We have different like scopes and stuff, okay? Let's see, let's type in FPS and just see what keeps coming up. This is one cool thing you can do in Canva, guys, that you're really limited in a lot of other programs is there's so many free elements, or I mean, a lot of these are pro. So again, you get that 7-day pro trial down in the description below. Yeah, those you can do a lot of really cool stuff. So, game. Or not, usually the game is more, you know, little Pac-Man and stuff like this. Not quite what we're going for right now, but we're just looking at the moment. Apex. Cool. So we actually have the Apex logo in here, if we wanted to use that in some way. League of Legends stuff in here. Okay. Yeah, so a few different directions we can go. If I were making this one, I probably wouldn't go as, you know, playful as like these two. I would probably go with something a little bit simpler. With that said, let's see what we can do with like different effects on ourselves. And this is something else that you can play with in Canva, guys, is there's a lot of different like filters, almost like you'd use on Instagram or something. And then you can go in and kind of adjust the intensity and stuff on those as well. I've already kind of done my color grading on this photo, so I don't really want to do that. But you can come in there, you can throw like a little bit of stuff like this on there, and kind of toy around with it. You know, that is kind of up to you if you want to play around with that. I did mess around with like doing a glitch, and I thought that you could come up with a few cool ideas, right? Something like this, and you can kind of bring it in where it's not too bad, or like really go all out with it. Adjust that angle, right? Do some pretty cool stuff. Jumping in there. I was thinking on this one, it'd be nice just to add a little bit of a shadow. So let's try a couple of different shadows. So we've seen the drop shadow, which is kind of back and to the right, the angle, curved, age lift, and the backdrop. The backdrop is kind of cool. It adds that back there. Let's see if there's anything we can do with that. If we bring that transparency all the way up, we bring the blur all the way down. Okay. Adjust that vertical angle. I think you like it better there. Okay, I mean, this is just something you can kind of play around with, guys. You can already see something interesting kind of happening. Yeah, but this is kind of the cool part of Canva. You don't have to be a graphic designer. You don't have to be a pro to do it. You can get in here in a few minutes, come up with 7 different concepts for literally anything. I don't entirely know what happened here. It put me as the background again. Canva, if anyone from the Canva team is watching, let me know if there's a fix for that. Sometimes we don't want the image to be the background. That's my only gripe in this whole video. Otherwise, a lot of really cool stuff that we're able to do in just a few minutes. Also, just if I had to pick my favorite one, I think it's this one, man. I think it's the comic one. I think that one looks really cool. Doesn't really fit my brand, but I think it's really cool. Guys, anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel. We're putting out videos like this every single week to help you build up your bomb streaming brand on an absolute budget. And I would appreciate you coming over, watching these videos. And if you do make something really cool out of these, do me a favor and join my Discord down below. And go to the Share Your Art channel and let me know what you made. Post your stuff. We have tons and tons of stuff posted there already. So if you need inspiration, go and look at what some of the other people have made. And if you make something pretty cool, post it in there. I'd love to take a look and I'll give you some feedback on it. With that said, guys, follow me over on Twitch. I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really late at night. I'd love to hang out with you guys sometime. Anyway, I appreciate you. Keep on keeping on. See you guys. No, 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 no. I'm done. I'm not using a controller anymore. No.